What is the mechanisms of this system? Why is the mind doing the things that it is doing? It's not just simply functioning accidentally. Everything that is at work in the mind has definite root causes. Nobody suffers on this planet accidentally. So, this mind is like a software, like a program. It literally has a certain programming on it. What is this programming? All the memories and impressions that we've ever experienced, not only from birth to the present moment. Think of it like a history book. For example, a child is born. How does the child know, without giving him a single word of instruction, how does he know exactly where to go to the mother's breast for nourishment? You can say, oh, it's instinct. But what is instinct if it does not have its roots in past experience? It's like you're hitting the notes of a piano. You'll take a little bit of time to hit the right notes, but through repetition, it becomes automatic. This is exactly what is instinct. So, in other words, we have impressions in our mind from thousands of years of evolution. It's not a simple matter of only from birth to the present moment. So, having a deeper understanding into what is the programming of the mind, that's one part of what we are calling yoga. You know, you've heard the word karma? That is karma, the programming of your mind. So to have better understanding into this programming, one must learn first and foremost to observe the mind. And that is exactly what's involved in the process of meditation. So, can somebody tell me what's concentration? If we want to know what's meditation, first we need to know what is concentration. How would you define concentration? What does it mean to concentrate?
It's a kind of when you're able to stop your internal dialogue, focus on
Focus?
the space inside of you.
So that has some truth to it. So, for example, we want to look at this painting. What would we do to concentrate on the painting? Directing our attention only onto the painting and excluding everything else. That is what we can call a part of concentration, but that's not it. That's not the only thing that's involved. We'll see that, let's say you're concentrating on the painting. Some internal dialogue happens. Your mind wanders in other directions. What would also be involved in concentration is noticing, seeing where the mind has wandered, once again bringing it back to one point. So this bringing of the mind back again and again to one point is what we can call the practice of concentration. Unfortunately, in the high school, the teacher tells you, stop, concentrate. But they do not tell you what is concentration. What is the process of concentration? What's the definition of concentration? To me, this is not true education. True education, the very basis of true education, has to do with self-knowledge. First, develop the faculty of your own attention, your own mind, and then you will have an effective instrument, then to put it to use in the world. So it's not just a matter of collecting more and more facts, it's about raising human performance to higher dimensions. So that's concentration. How would I explain meditation? Quite simply, when you're watching one point, and there's no longer the need to bring the mind back again and again to one point, then this is what we call meditation. Undivided attention. Concentration is attention through effort. Meditation is effortless attention. So nobody can meditate. This is a wrong way of thinking, to think that any human being can meditate. I know you've probably heard of meditation techniques, concentration on the breath, concentration on a mantra, concentration on an image. It could be just about anything. But this is not meditation. You can be meditative. And when you're meditative, it's a spontaneous quality, as natural as the breath, as natural as the blood that's moving through your own body. Just simply, without any effort, you're awake. So, when we find, if you can keep your attention one pointed, it can be anything at all. Whether it's a flower, whether it's a tree, whether it's a human being, whether it's your own breath. If your attention can remain one pointed, what happens, you'll find, is there'll come greater quietness and calmness of the mind. However, still the awareness remains. So I'm just trying to give you a small sense of what is that meditative quality. Like when you go to sleep, for example. What happens when you go to sleep? Because there are many similarities between what we call sleep and the meditative state. When we go to sleep, what's one thing you notice about your mind? I don't mean dream, I mean dreamless sleep.
Tranquility.
Unconsciousness.
Unconsciousness, right? Tranquility of mind. So there comes calmness, quietness of the mind. Another thing you notice, which is essential to the experience of sleep. Why is it when you return back to your waking state, it takes you a few moments to come back to your normal senses, right? As if the old person was gone for a while, right? So there's a loss of your sense of ego also. So, two things: greater quietness and calmness of the mind, and a loss of your limited sense of self. Meditation is similar. It is similar in this sense. There comes greater quietness and calmness of the mind, a loosening up of your limited sense of self, but at the same time there comes more and more wakefulness. So just as you can move into lower and lower levels of wakefulness, your consciousness can move into higher and higher levels of consciousness. And this is what we call superconsciousness. These are two different movements.